What another way, another day, another time, another moment to be back here again on another presentation, the 75th edition here in the Issues Room. It's July 22nd, 2022, 072222. It's great to be back 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a good show tonight. We'll be having for the first time three uh, important females will be our guest here in the Issues Room. We'll be discussing education and what I would consider uh, community service to the people, to students, to help raise funds for students. So again, I just want to encourage all of you to join in, invite others to join us right here in the Issues Room. Moses Sandy, welcome to the show. You're out there in Delaware. You look a little bit quiet. What's happening? Are you not ready for the 26, 175
My
years?
man, I am in high spirit
But
for
you in
the
high spirit, you talking
175th
like
Independence Day.
slow, man. I am in high spirit. Hey, high spirit, yeah.
I am, yeah, my man. I'm ready for the July 26th celebration. My
There
man.
you go.
We start eating tomorrow, my man. I think fun.
I love
So,
it.
I'm ready for the celebration, and I'm sure tonight is going to be another interesting discussion, especially on educational issues. So I'm happy to be here, and let me say welcome to our many viewers and listeners out there.
Thank you, Moses. Again, please share the link. Please invite others. Come in the chat room and let us know what you think, how you feel. At some point, we'll open the lines and folks will be able to call in to be a part of the conversation. Quickly, what's in trending news?
Well, the top story: Liberia with 175 independence celebration will be celebrated next Tuesday, July the 26th. Liberia is one of the oldest in a country in Africa. So Liberians globally are in high spirit for the celebration. At home, Liberians are also preparing for the celebration. It's my understanding that the celebration, especially in North America on the East Coast, the celebration will start tomorrow with series of activities in the tri-state area. Now, as Liberia prepared for this celebration, the Student Unification Party, SOUP, of the University of Liberia, says that it will stage a protest on July 26th in Monrovia against the WIA administration for being insensitive to the plight of the people. SOUP says that the government is extremely corrupt. So they want to take to the streets of Monrovia to tell the world that Liberia, Mr. WIA, got to do better on fighting graft. Now, years back, Liberia created through a legislating enactment called the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. The commission is very dedicated to fighting malfeasance in the Liberian government or in the public sector. Uh, this week, the national legislature uh, passed an amended bill that seeks to amend the authority of the LACC. So, with a new amendment, which was passed, the Senate concurred yesterday, even though some senators abstained. But the Senate concurred yesterday that this time around, the LACC will be given what they call prosecutory authority. Meaning that LACC will be able to go to court if, take for example, Moses Sandy is accused of a crime and there are records to prove. The LACC can go to court and prosecute Moses Sandy. But there are some other senators, including Darius Dillon and others, who say that this is all part of ploy by the WIA administration to undermine the work of the commission. because, according to them, the commission lacks the resources to undertake such initiative. And that's what I have in my end.
Okay, thank you. I
Mhm.
think just quickly, I read something about the dual citizenship bill being passed by the Senate and is now supposed to be forwarded to the president for signature and put into handbill.
Yeah.
So at that point, but I see people jubilating right now that if you have an American passport and you're born Liberian, you don't need visa to travel. Does that mean that by the Senate passing the bill and it's not yet signed by the president put into handbill, can that be done? What
No,
do you?
it's not possible. The only way a
It becomes
law
effective.
becomes effective when the president, signs. So the bill was submitted. The president has veto authority. He may choose to veto, and if he concurs and if he agrees, he can sign it into law. Then it becomes effective. Until that happens, those who are celebrating, they need to put a break to that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, Moses. So tonight we have the Wadeta True Friends. It is a class from Cathedral High School between 1990 and 1992. And the reason why they're using those 2 years is because of the crisis. But according to the history, all of these students started out as classmates in the first grade.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
Accordingly, and I believe we'll have them to tell the story further. And they went through high school together up to 1992 when it formally graduated uh, uh, with a little delay as a result of the war. So tonight we have the Queen, uh, Madam Clinton, who will be talking to us. She is sandwiched by two of her assistants, uh, Miss Chadi Seo and Mrs. Howard West. So we're going to bring them in now.
Yes.
Uh, Ladies, you're live now. Uh, you need to look in this direction. You're very live, and you guys wanted to sandwich the queen and be together in one accord. And I would think that Chadi should go back to her position just a little bit so Hawa can come in. Yes, right there, you're good. And then there you go, and then Hawa can come in. So this is how you guys wanted to do the interview because you said you'd be comfortable. Welcome tonight.
How you doing? Hi
Good.
everyone. You
How are
Okay.
you?
So
Welcome
it's
to
good
the
to have you
issues
guys
room.
here. Um, let's open up this conversation starting with you, Madam Queen.
great.
Uh, Tell us a little story about this venture. How did we get to this story of Wadeda?
Well, it was planned previously that somebody who is well aware will elaborate on this Wadeta. But for the little that I know, the name Wadeta was coined from the loss of a classmate during the 1990 war. And after the war, when we got back, motivated students that got back to end the class, we decided to make name the class after her as in memory of our lost classmate. So in 1990, the war was we were the graduating class in 1990. The war started and she lost her life. We came back in 1992, maybe the beginning, and we graduated at that point. After graduation, people went their separate ways. But in the effort to bring us back together, we decided to use the loss of the class as a means of togetherness. So that's how we got the name Wadeta.
So is it true you guys started from first grade all the way to graduation?
I would say that for most of our classmates, 1979 was the beginning, and at the end, through the journey, other people joined. So I'm one prime example. My primary education started at the St. Peter's Lutheran, and we know that it ends at seventh grade. So at eighth grade, I joined, so we have other people that have primary education in other places. We even have people today that is a part of the class that joined after the war. So if you were in a remote part of the country attending school, and due to the 1990 crisis, you had to relocate to the city, we had issues with students also joining us. And this is very beautiful because it's very hard to tell at what point somebody joined, because we all, function as a body, as a unit, and it's very beautiful.
So, how many of you then, at the time that graduated, at the end of that journey?
What would you say? I would have to ask my memory box here. I want to say we were 30 in each class. Let me go there. The Catholic schools usually will separate the students into 30. So we have 1 and 2. So I would say the graduating class was 60, but at the very end, I think we kind of lost 1 or 2 students. So in the ballpark, in average, 55 true graduates in that 1992 class.
Okay. So one more question before Moses comes in. You are the queen, and you're considered the brand ambassador for this class of 1990-92. How did this idea come about for you to be voted as a queen and to make you the brand ambassador for this class? And why are you the brand ambassador in your role as to what you're going to do for this class?
Let me just interrupt a little bit. They are crazy.
Oh, you're trying to crown the queen. Okay.
For the second time. Okay. So, well, in the beginning, they said, wear the crown. I feel like the crown puts a lot of pressure, right? So I have this office, and it's indicated by the wear of the crown. But I want to say on a serious note that this all started with the mindset of raising funds. And the idea probably happened in the background, as far as the guys that are the minds and the brains in the group. And they decided that we have to do something in a competitive way to get us together in a fundraising place. And they came up with the idea of Queen Contest. So truly, when they asked me as a queen, there were no criteria considered. And I would be fair to say that. There were no special criteria considered. The idea of willingness was all that mattered. Because like I said in my previous elaboration to you, we operate as a unit and we look out for one another. So when I thought about it, I'm an introvert. As you can see, they had to help out on this because I'm not a camera person. I don't like to be out there. And so that was not a fear to me because it was not a competition. And we all know when we compete, we compete for a common goal that cannot be shared. And in a competition, there's a loser and a winner. But when I thought about it, this was not the case. So it was always going to be a winner. Currently, I reached out to my competitor at the time of the competition, and she was supposed to be present, but then she is working. So that's to show you the common goal was not to come up with a queen. The common goal was to come up with funds for the purpose of helping people. And it all happened that a queen was evolved. So as the brand ambassador that carries this crown, the only purpose I feel is to continue to promote the cause, to be a spokesman for positivity, to continue to come up with ideas, working with the executive committee, to continue to promote the cause of helping. Education is our key right now. So as a brand ambassador, I'm not wearing it as a, a thing that was done based on criteria. I want it. No, it happened. I was just chosen because I was willing. The other person was chosen because she was willing, and we put the effort in to becoming the queen. And through the support of our classmates, it was a dollar more, but one person had to do it. And the only thing that happened in the competition is that the one person has the work to do. And that's my effort to continue to do the work, to continue to bring awareness to the class. As you can see, we are very small, but we want to do great things. And this is a start. And I thank you for your platform because it's a jump start for me. It's getting me out there.
Thank you, Moses.
Thank you. Yeah, look, the Queen has spoken a lot about the organization, the work you do. But as someone listening to you guys the first time will want to know, okay, what are they doing? What are they doing in terms of education? What are you reaching? How are these projects being funded? So I would like to hear from Hawa and the other lady. Your name, madam? So let me hear from Hawa and the other ladies. Give us some updates on that. First, about the organization, are you a non-profit? If you are, how are your projects being funded? What are some of the projects that you have undertaken, and what do you hope to accomplish?
Uh, I will go on that. First of all, let me say thanks for allowing us on your platform.
Sure.
Uh, yeah, it is a non-profit. It is registered, and in the
So,
past,
quickly, Madam Queen, please move a little bit to your left so that Hawa can come in camera a little bit.
Yeah. Good.
All right,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's nice. Yeah. How are?
yeah, in the past we undertook a lot of other projects. We 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 undertook these projects through individual contributions.
Okay.
We yeah because we just came together last year and started paying dues. So in the past we made individual contributions to undertake projects.
Okay.
We yeah we assisted in fixing the basketball court. That's
Okay.
national, but we assisted. We
Okay.
provided some funds to assist them. We we renovated the girls' bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Home economic class. We in the past remodel the windows, and now we are thinking on this coming year. We are thinking on we have offered 6 scholarships to 5 girls,
Okay.
and in the future we hope to do more.
And so, right now, besides the related dues or contributions you guys make, you said you're non-profit. How are you being funded?
So let me just come in.
Sure.
And the key word here is to understand that we are a unit and we have a cause. So whatever it takes, we have to do. And part of the effort to fund the project was the creation of this Queen contest. And I want to say that in that process, we were able to raise $10,000 internally. And that competition was about 2 hours. This is a praise to the Wazetta. So we understand that at this point we are not funded by any organization. We are privately taking on projects and we are making it happen. But the idea now is growing and that's why we are doing the outreach. We want to let the world know that this is what we do and there's nothing. This Socrates said you gotta be what
I guess the internet on the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Come in.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, continue. Uh,
Yeah. Come on.
continue.
Are you there?
They're
I
frozen,
think
Moses.
they are frozen. The Inner Combat.
It's from the end.
Uh, okay.
All right, but anyhow, quickly while they get adjusted, because I can still see them from backstage. Quickly, let me just go to the chat room and
Yeah.
welcome some folks here in the chat room. I would like to welcome Francis Seo. Francis, how you doing tonight? Welcome. Uh, Michael Sua, also here in the chat room tonight. Duyan Fokba, he says, great initiative. We'd like to welcome you. Spread a link, share the word. Caron Grisby, hi and welcome. Um, I'm hoping that they're able to just reboot because
Hmm.
right now where they are, they're frozen. So yes, they're gonna reboot. But yeah, Moses, I think is an effort, on their part to kind of look at their role in society where they've come and want to give back to their alma mater. And oftentimes, and the question I wanted to ask, but I will hold off on it, has to do with, are they a separate entity from the cathedral reunion?
Okay. Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
oftentimes the alumni association will organize itself, so whoever graduates continue to become a member, and you have this. But the Wadetta class is and the class of 1991, 92, the class only can grow so far, right? And
Yeah.
and it cannot expand. It
No.
either dwindles, but it cannot expand.
Hmm.
So we'll get to that, and I think Hawaii is trying to come back
To make
in.
trying to make a
So
comeback.
so I'm hoping that she stabilizes, because she's still moving about. But yeah, so apparently the gadget may have gotten interrupted.
Frozen.
Sometimes it depends on what they were
These things
using.
happen.
if if
Yeah.
if if if, if it was not using its charger, because that has
Yeah.
happened to you where you forgot to
Oh
keep your
yeah. Yeah.
laptop
Hmm.
charged, and
And
then
then
you end
when
up
dead. Yeah.
with something.
Hmm.
So
But
she's
yeah.
still moving about.
You said something very important. I think what they are doing is highly commendable.
Okay,
You
so
know. Yeah.
I see everyone coming back.
Okay.
Chadi,
Yeah,
all
I'm
right,
here.
whatever gadget you guys have,
You gotta turn it
if a
up.
lot of you in the same proximity, then we'll have these feedbacks. That's where it's coming from. If all of you opening gadgets in the same neighborhood, then of course we'll have feedback. So everyone has to mute. So I will remove you and go back to the queen. All right, Madam Queen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. So just continue the conversation while they try to adjust. The question here is, can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can hear the echo, so we gotta set it up.
Yeah, but you better now. So just focus on us. Let's keep this going.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So the question here is that the class Wadera is it a separate entity now from the alumni association of Cathedral? Because I know you guys have reunions, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so then
Absolutely not. According to our bylaws, we are not a group that were established to take on the name cathedral and run with it. We were simply established to promote unity, togetherness within the diaspora. And in fact, I should take that back and say unity as in our class. So why in the diaspora? It was a way to keep us together. That was the simple goal of the idea of what data in America. We work very strongly with the national convention. So at some point, I will ask the body, the executive committee to speak to this because they know at what level they interact on the national level. But I know that everything that is done on the substandard level, as in what data, is communicated on a national level. So it's not a separate entity. We don't take on projects and run with it. We are working as a body with our heads.
Okay.
Okay, so let's
So
let's bring Chadi in now, Moses.
yeah, go ahead.
No, no,
No,
go ahead.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask. Besides you as the queen of the group, in terms of leadership, who are those that are really in charge of this organization?
I can come in with that. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So the group or the class, we do have a leadership consists of three, which of course we have Mo Coleman, who is the executive or the chairman, and we have Fasia and Mariam. So Fasia is the assistant, and Mariam has some members. So these are the makers of the group or the organization. So they
Okay.
go to work,
Mm-hmm.
plans, and then they bring it to the body. We all discuss it because, which of course, they are all great plans, and their goal is to make the organization a better place where people can benefit more from all that we have in our vision. So, with the three, they don't even look at them being three only because they just have to come over to us to compromise or to set up a decision for the body so that everyone can agree with what decision or what projects on hand or we want to establish. So that's the executive committee of our group.
So right now, what is difficult here? What is the challenge here that you guys face right now? Because I see that part of this conversation is to kind of enlighten the public and get all of your former classmates and members of the class, cathedral in general, the educational sector in general, Liberians in general, to come and support this worthy cause.
I
What's the
don't want
challenge
to
here?
believe
Is it come again?
I don't want to believe we have challenges. I don't
Okay.
want to think there's challenges within this group. One thing I would give this group credit for, we work together. We are the team.
But
Ultimately,
when I say challenge, I'm not talking about you guys not working together. I'm talking about the projects, the dreams and aspirations you have. How do we accomplish them? Is everything rosy that you're going to get to accomplish everything? What is that
no.
pressing issue
Well,
right
But
now?
let me just step in just a dab bit to say that of course, yes, there is no life without challenge. Well,
Absolutely.
I'm
we
trying
are
to bring how I'm coming, Madam Queen. I'm trying to bring how I aim, but there's no lighting for her, and so
oh
I will
man.
have to. I have to.
It's
We
it's
got to
where
find a
Um,
better later
is that how
situation
I?
so I can bring.
Yeah,
There you
okay.
it's
go.
where
Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
I
Go
think
ahead,
I
Madam
think our
Queen.
lighting is getting better now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Madam Queen.
Great. Okay. So what I was saying is when you say challenge, I know that our primary goal, and we will not step away from the topic or from the point, the primary goal is funding. How we arrive to fund this project is a challenge. It's a real challenge. We have accomplished, I want to say 10% of what we aspire for. Because right now we have six students that are approved and have been granted scholarship based on fundings that we raise internally. But that's not the goal. That's not the ultimate goal to have six people and I mean even yearly. So for me, I personally believe that in raising funds, reaching out, ha- convincing people to become donors is a challenge. And that's why we are here today because we want people to understand that. And I will say that a lot of Liberians, we are out here, we are doing projects under the umbrella of giving back. And I will say that some people have become desensitized to charity because of how their funds are utilized. So what we have, the challenge we have is to convince people that at this point, as a small group, we are totally working toward
changing the trajectory of our Liberian society through education, and every fund that is dominated to this cause will be used for that cause. So in any case, how do we get people to believe us? How do we get people to come on board and support our cause? Because we will get exhausted just doing everything internally. It's exhausting financially. So if we don't get hands out there, we cannot reach the goal that we aspire for. So it's a challenge, and we work and we are hoping that we can overcome it by
Just
being
before we proceed,
transparent.
I want to remind those viewers right now, and I know that some of your cathedral classmates and members of Wadeta are trying to call. We haven't said that we open the lines yet. Be patient. Those of you who are calling from Illinois, from the Carolinas, just be patient. I cannot interrupt the guests when they're in flight and bring you in. So please, 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 we'll open the lines momentarily. Be looking up for the number where we'll announce that. But just before Moses comes in, any one of you can go. You talked about raising money. What are some of the projects that you're gonna do
Okay,
that would bring people to those projects and say we're gonna donate?
in regards to that, there are some projects that we in the pipeline that we are working on now. Though we meet once a year for our reunion, but we try to organize some Zoom, and people who are around the surrounding area, like in Delaware, Philadelphia, they are getting together to just to set up material, like our classmate on this side. They're gonna organize programs. We're gonna do like Zoom dance, like raffle tickets sold. We're gonna talk about our favorite moments when we were in Katsiria. We're gonna talk about our favorite T-shirt, our the most admirable. Take example on Zoom. A, a classmate would come and say, "Look, my best moment was with Hawa when I pushed Hawa on the basketball court." And then in telling that story, I would be able to like I say I can tell a story, but I have before I tell the story, I would have to give $20. And then someone would say, when I was in Katsira, I didn't know the school old. And the person gonna say, since you didn't know the school old, because you didn't know the school old, you're gonna pay $50. That's something for us to raise our funds. We cannot do it in person, so we're gonna do all most of the projects on Zoom, on Zoom because it's the technology now that we have now finding ourselves in. And then we have to go externally. Like if I know people out there who are were not part of the class, I'm going to tell them this is the class project. We're trying to say set a child because we want to set. Let's take example. We want to do the cafeteria, and if the students at cafeteria are not seated in the cafeteria, we have to make chairs. We have to make benches. So the project would be sit a child or feed a child, sit a child while the child eats. We're gonna send that to people and say, look, we have a child in cafeteria. You can sponsor a child by donating a chair. What's the cost? $50, and then they can donate it. Just different projects that we are coming. We're still planning them, but we'll have some after your show. We're gonna do more.
And
I can
and and
comment.
I will
You
come
want
in
to
and
hear
check.
from Hawa?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
let me jump
Let-
in a little bit. As Chadi just said, we will be raising funds internally and externally. We have a lot of friends out there will reach us. We are hoping that they will help us in raising funds, in contributing to assist us do those things that we really want to do, like helping students. We want to be able to give back. One of the issues I really want to talk about is our class from 1979 up to 1992, we are more than 80 students. Right now in our chat room, we only have about 80 or 82 within the chat room, and we want for a lot of them to come on board. A lot of them haven't been on board. We are asking them to come on board and join us because these contributions or whatever we want to do has to be done externally and internally.
from our part, we want our friends, our school, our classmates to come on board so that they can join us. And out there, we are looking at, like we are here right now, we are trying to sell our vision out there so that people can know what we want to do to assist students. We want to be able to help more students. So we are asking friends and well wishers, to contribute to our cause. So that is some way we can do that.
And Madam Queen, you wanted to
And
add something quick?
yeah,
Sure, Howard, and with with my two colleagues, I want to say thank you for your ideas, and I want also to elaborate on the fact that as a class slash organization, we do have different committees, which include the planning committee. And as we arrive to another project, we use the planning committee to come up with
Pronounce it.
ways and means to accomplish this project. So, like we said, we had the idea of scholarship. We did the Queen contest. It will not only be limited to our class internally. And when we make plans to include external support, we will come up with programs. If we include anything to get donors to understand that this is the project, this is what that money is going to. So we are not only going to continue, and I think we're saying one thing, we're being repetitive when we say we are internally supporting ourselves, but we are using your platform starting today to reach out, to let the world know we have a goal and we need help. And in the process of needing help, we have to have our planning committee within our group come up with programs that will bring external donors to help this project be a success. So with everything that was said by my two colleagues, those are plans in the making, but I just wanted to put the umbrella on the planning committee within our group having a bigger idea that will I do understand that when Chadi talk about the virtual or the Zoom meeting, that is a little bit of socializing that put a little bit of money into the cost. But on a larger scale, we will be planning used by means of the planning committee within our group to come up with different projects or different ideas that will include even you and the rest of the world to come in and to knit money on a larger scale.
Thank you. Thank you.
so
Moses, just before you
yeah,
come in quick, I just
mhm.
want to let people know that I will open the lines early because apparently most of the classmates want to participate. Who knows? Maybe they
Okay.
will want to be making contribution and donation here tonight. So I'm going
All
to
right.
open the lines. If you guys are out there and listening, the lines will now be open. The number to call 404-272-2808. 404-272-2808, because a lot of people have been calling and I just don't want to create a situation where the loser on the opportunity to engage and make that the points. If you just joining us, this is the issues room. We're at an intermission. Our broadcast is Tuesdays and Fridays 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, particularly Liberia. We encourage you to like us, follow us on Facebook. We are the alternative social media platform. Our conversation is not just driven by politics; it's driven by education, health, religion, community service, nonprofit, human rights advocacy, and all of that. We talk about everything because those things matter to the issues group. Moses Sandy, Volcano Shelton, here with you. Moses?
Yeah, I would like to go to Hawa West. Hawa, I heard the Queens talk
Moses.
about, yes.
Oh God. Okay, he'll call back. Philip Sua was calling. Go ahead.
Okay. I heard the Queen say that currently you guys have 6 students on scholarship, right? So on what basis are recipients of your scholarship program selected? Who qualifies?
Um, that is a very good question. When we first started, the EC had to communicate with the EC communicator with one of our colleagues that is on the ground, Marcus Wa. He's there and he has been doing a very great job. And I want to use this time to just say a big thank you to him for the job that he's doing. Okay, so the communicator and he had to go to the school and inform the authority there. So what they did, and they made an announcement to the 11th grade and the 12th graders, and they had to apply. Students interested had to apply. They did apply. They were interviewed, and it was first based on their grades and their needs.
Are you there? We're not hearing
Their
you.
needs. It was based on their grades and their needs. Someone's calling my phone. It was based
Okay.
on their grades, and yeah, they were selected based on their grades and their needs. Um, so we that's how we're able to get the six students of five girls and a boy. But moving forward, we will be looking at we'll have a lot of categories where maybe if you are from a single parent where they are unable to assist you, or you have no parents, or maybe disabled, we'll be looking at, there'll be a lot of other categories that we'll be looking at moving forward.
Okay. So you said in the past, students were selected based on their grades and needs. How will you operationalize for us needs? When you say
Uh,
needs, what are you talking about?
uh, if you are unable to pay your tuition, like maybe you have a single parent and they are struggling, unable to pay your tuition, so because they have to apply, so they wrote their story. It was based on their stories that they were selected.
Oh, okay. So, are you telling us that your standard was basically what, subjective?
Can I come in with this? I mean,
Yes.
I'm sorry, on a global level, we have to take into consideration that academic success is based on a lot of different categories. Somebody call me? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, you go.
So
No, we're
so
listening. Go ahead.
what we look at as a group, and I'm not part of that group, but just being a Wadeta member, I can tell that my colleagues thought about these categories. What we aim for is academic success. So when you go to select a person to invest in, you have to understand that this person must succeed. So we are not just looking at the fact that you are in school and you want to go to school. We're looking at demographic. We are looking at motivation. We are looking at
GPA grade is
so that we are
your
looking at
GPA.
academic status. So when you go to pick a student, we limit it to 11 and 12 graders because you have come that far. You have proven in a sense that this is what you want to do. So we considered the fact that what is your demographic? How are you managing up to this level? How have you managed up to this level? And regardless of what we contribute to you, you have proven
Mhm.
that you are, no matter what, going to succeed academically in your course.
Let
So
me try to bring Philip Swah in. So maybe he may have a little to add
Yeah, maybe.
to
Yeah,
some of
maybe.
the
Yeah.
things that we're
Hmm.
discussing. Philip,
Yeah.
are you there?
Yeah, hey, Volcano, how you doing?
I'm
And
great.
Moses, how you doing, man?
Good, Philip.
Hey,
Welcome.
all right, great. Hey, no, I just wanted to just express my thanks and appreciation to Chadi, Hawa, and Cynthia for stepping up and representing the class. I think they've done a great job of trying to express what the class is trying to do in terms of helping and giving back to our school. I think one of the other things that the Queen alluded to earlier was the unity amongst our classmates. So that's one thing that has driven us to where we are today. We are a tight group of individuals who have hung out with each other for many years now. For some folks, spanning almost 40 years, right? So, and that's the relationship that's driving the bond. And over the last few years, the class have attempted to do a lot of work, but we are all limited as individuals in what we can do. So we came together and we've done a few things that they mentioned, renovation of the court, changing the blackboards to the whiteboards, giving markers to the school, and renovating some other aspects of our school. And most recently, doing the scholarship for these students. With the help of WhatsApp, we've brought the class together, and we communicate a lot more. So we're generating some synergy through WhatsApp, and that's what's driving some of what the Queen is stating. More and more classmates from 5 different continents, right? So we got folks as far as Australia, some of our classmates in Europe, obviously some in Africa, North America. So we're all communicating, but above and beyond the scholarships, we've done just what we've done for each other in terms of our needs, the encouragement, the words. I think all of that speaks to something very unique in our class, to have had this relationship for so long and to still be as close as we can be. Some folks are in the 50s, others are knocking on 50, and having this relationship from elementary through high school to now is great. Now, in terms of the fundraising, the Queen mentioned we were able to raise about $10,000 within a couple hours for the Queen contest. So it also shows that the class is serious enough about the vision that's being laid out to at least invest their own money into it. So we're not, asking folks to do something that we're not doing. And the 10,000 was just for the 2 hours. We've also raised other funds that the leaders of the class have, and they're putting plans in place for us to do even more. So I just want to kind of encourage them to say thank you and just encourage them to continue to do what they're doing.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank
So
you,
come
Philip.
2023,
Thank you,
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Philip.
I just wanted to ask quickly. So come 2023, what's the plan for the students
let me
and
speak to that.
for the organization?
Can you just hold? Can you just hold?
Sure,
Caller
sure.
from 056.
For the organization. Can you just hold? Sure.
Caller, please lower your monitor there.
All right, 2023, we
No,
already have
hold
the
on, Shadi.
scholarship for 6 students.
Shadi, hold on.
Yeah.
There's a caller. Just hold quick. Yeah, thank you. Your name and where you calling from?
Hello, everyone. My name is Theo Sampan. I'm just here listening to you guys. Again, I want to thank you, Volcano, and your partner for the tea album. Are just taking time to accommodate our classmate over there, our beautiful Queen and her 2 assistants. Really good job, ladies. I just want to commend you guys for really leading us, talking about the vision that we have and ways that we can continue to build collaborative work with partners to help the class with respect to the scholarship scheme that we got going on.
Thank you.
Thank you, Theo. All right,
You're
Charlie,
welcome.
continue.
All right,
Yeah.
in regards to 2023, like we said earlier, we have 6 students that should be receiving a full scholarship for the 2022-2023 school year. So we are looking forward to doing more. That's why we're trying to see how best we can raise more funds. But it is said that those students will be benefiting and getting a full school year tuition for 2022-2023. That is the main project now for 2022-2023.
Are you people getting any support from the larger alumni association of your school?
No,
No,
Why?
we cannot say that. We don't know too much of it because we have not gone details into it. But we're hoping that if we have bigger projects, with our EC committee, they can be the one to speak on that. But unfortunately, we don't have one on the line that can speak. So maybe Theo or Philip
Sure.
can
Mm.
elaborate more on that.
Okay.
But let me just quickly put this to you. Charlie Seo is now a member of Wadeta True Friends, the class of 1992. Howard West the same, Cynthia Clinton the same. But then there's a bigger alumni association and a
Yeah.
cathedral reunion. I've heard that. Are
Yeah.
you in what capacity? Are you a part of the reunion and at the same time a part of Wadeta? So then that means you're separate entities, even though
I,
I'm
I
coming.
No,
can
as
speak.
soon
I'm
as
coming.
No,
as soon
I
as
can vouch for that.
I
No,
am
we are
coming.
not.
I am
I,
coming. Let me
Let him
finish.
complete his thoughts. Yeah.
And the reason why I say you're separate entities is unprecedented to see a class decides that is going to do something outside of the overall alumni association, and it's great initiative. We applaud you guys. You came here in 1979 together, like Philip says. Some of you are in your 50s now, knocking on the door. So that's a long time of camaraderie and relationship and all of that. But there's a cathedral reunion or a cathedral alumni association that meets as well. My
Yeah.
question here is Chadi, is Miss Cynthia, Miss Hawa, are you part of Wadeta and also a part of the Cathedral Alumni Association?
yes, I can
let
speak
me
on
let
that.
me
Yes, I can speak on that. I am part of Wadeta because Wadeta is my graduating class, and I'm also part of the overall, which is national. I must let you know that coming in August 5th through the 7th, Cathedral High School will be having a reunion in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm also working on that team.
So then
So
you agree with me that they are separate entities because your $10,000 you raise, you're not going to go put it in the reunion coffers.
no,
Let
no,
me say
no,
that,
no, it
please.
is not. It's like, let's say the overall, different classes have different projects. We still communicate with our overall, which is national. We can easily, our overall executive team can go over to national and say, look, if there's a project in the school is up to 12th grade. There are a lot of things in Cathedral needs to be done. First of all, Liberia, because of the war, Liberia is backward, and the Catholic people are not helping the Catholic schools nowadays. So if there is a ninth grade class, those who have graduated from the ninth grade or 2023, 2022, those classes can come together and say, look, we will undertake the project of the library. Let's undertake the project of the cafeteria. Let's undertake the project of the lab. So these are the projects. It's not like taxing us. We understand that nationals cannot nationals can do everything, but we just trying to add up to it. So if our class, which is Wadeta, want to take up the initiative to help students scholarship or to help bring fix all the
And we
black goals.
understand this, Jadi. We understand this. What I'm trying to establish here is that in the grand scheme of things, Wadeta is a separate entity because you have organized yourself as you have your own leadership, you have your own queen, you've
Let,
compartmentalized yourself. When I use the word entity, I don't want you to think that you're completely separated from the reunion or the cathedral reunion, but
We
you
are
still
You
just
don't
work.
branches, but
understand
we
that.
are the same
okay, can I
tree.
speak to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Liberia and Cathedral has been around since 1968. And from
Okay.
1968 up to this time, there has been a lot of graduating classes. So we are Wadeta. We are free. Everyone is free. National to go to attend the school reunion. Everyone is free. It's not restricted. Everyone is free to attend the reunion. And we support national. But as a class, there are things that we want to do that at the end of the day, tomorrow, that our children, our grandchildren, other people can go to cathedral and say, this is what the class of Wadeta did. And that is what we are
Absolutely.
working on.
And
We
that's what
do
we're trying to
support,
establish here. And because
yeah, yeah.
you're going to pay due, if there were dues in Wadera and dues in national, you will pay dues into dual capacities.
Yeah.
We really don't have problem with that. We do
No, no,
support
the
national.
point we're trying to make here, we're not trying to create a separation, but we're just trying to make sure that Wadera and national are two
There's
separate
some
entities.
form of collaboration. Yeah.
But
No,
there's
Yeah.
it
some
is not.
Yes,
Okay.
because we have the
So let me
school,
let me let me explain.
have the school.
Uh Hawa, quickly.
Yeah.
Let me just explain myself. The message we're trying to drive here is that all of you come from the same institution, right? It's just that you undertook an initiative that is unique to your class. Okay,
Okay.
but here I don't think it is bad for the class to say, "Hey, look, we are putting up a latrine at a school, and we need some help. You go to national. National, can you help us with $5? We have a scholarship program right now that we're running. We have 6 students. Is it possible that national you can help us with hypothetically $5 towards this initiative? That's what we're talking about. Whether you have that
Ye-
kind of relationship with your
Yes,
national.
we do.
Yes.
Yes, we
We are
Okay.
out
do.
here right now. We are
Yes, we
out
Okay.
here
do.
right now. We are
Okay.
out here right now trying to promote our vision. So everyone is watching. So if they want to come in with anything, we're gonna open our arms to that. We're gonna appreciate that. But as I said, as a class, we want to do our own thing that tomorrow, you know, others can see
So,
our handprint.
so Moses and
Yeah.
I got a
Volcano.
call coming in from North Carolina here on the show. Let me bring this person in quick.
Yes, this
Okay.
is Francis CEO. How are you, Volcano?
I'm good, friends. How you doing, big man?
Wonderful, wonderful. Let me appreciate our Highness, the Royal Highness or Excellency, Madam Minister Clinton, and appreciate her able assistance for continuing to foster the goals and objectives of our Wadeta class. I want to say a big thank you to them and thank you to you as well for bringing them on the show. Now, as a member of the Wadeta class, I just want to also add my voice to the many voices representing what we all stand for, which is unity, togetherness, and we also foster the aims and objectives of the umbrella organization. It is safe to say that Wadeta is pretty much a subset of the umbrella organization, which is the Cathedral High School Alumni Association. So we support in dual capacity. As a member of Wadeta, we support our class projects. However, as a member of the school and the Cathedral High School Association, which we will be having our reunion in Charlotte in a few weeks. We also support the school projects and initiatives through the payments of dues. I did hear you say, yes, we pay dues in two capacities because as a class, we pay class dues. And yes, as a member of the Alumni Association, we pay dues there at the national level as well. So I want to congratulate our coins. We have specific class projects which they are speaking to, whether it's student sponsorship, graduating seniors who we want to make sure that they are helped in so many ways. Those are some of the initiatives that we are taking on as a class. And I believe one of the speakers also nailed it on the head that the umbrella organization cannot do everything on its own. So these different classes, whether it's Wadeta or Ugans or any other class, they have specific projects or initiatives that they are also bringing to the table. But I just want to add that, and I thank you for allowing me the opportunity just to chime in.
You're welcome,
So
Francis. It's good for the
Thank
clarification.
you.
I'm gonna chime
Yeah,
in because as a person being interviewed, I would like to specifically say that I understand for Cano and Moses that what you are driving is that we are working separately. And I think other callers will also want to bring you to understand that this is not the case. And we would like to clarify to the audience, and even if a person on a national level, the alumni association level, understand that this is not the case. So as CEO just said, we are a streamline, we are a subset, we are a part of cathedral. We have a governing body because there is no organization without
A
a
governing
governing
body.
body. So we have a little organization just to keep our goals and objectives in line. We are not in no way trying to take on a separate cause from the cathedral alumni. So before we speak to whether we are in constant collaboration with the overall body, we do have a governing body. You know, on every level, we communicate with the higher up. So even as me being the brand ambassador, I do nothing separate from the executive committee within my class. The executive committee will also in no way operate without collaborating with the national level. So we want to keep this unity within Wadeta and also respecting our alumni. So the unity extends to them. We are in no way sending a message out there that we are an organization separate from what we were birthed out of, which is the Cathedral School, represented here as the Cathedral Alumni Association.
And I
So I
think
hope
that's very honest. That's very fair. It settles the dust, because I heard Francis say there are other uh, classes too that
class,
that,
yes,
that doing similar uh, initiatives
projects,
like you are doing. So I think
yes,
it makes the clarification that you guys just want to give a special attention from your class to continue to support at a national level, and you work collaboratively. So that's understandable. And you can only pay two dues because you wouldn't be in three classes. So you pay for Wadena and you pay for national. So the other class, I think I heard him say Ogan or something. If that's
organs,
another
yeah,
class, so
mhm,
that the students in that class will pay two dues as well. But
as well.
again, I think the conversation is driving in a direction where it should go. But let's come back to uh, we talked about the projects. You have six students that you're going to be supporting in the coming year in school. Uh, when you say full scholarship, are you talking books? Are you talking uniforms? Are you just talking school fees? Because I understood you guys to say that, the demographic in Liberia is not as when you and I were in school. A lot of
No.
people who could afford are not affording today. So it's a
Mhm.
child with intelligence. Parent can try to put them in school and they can't even pay the first period tuition, but the uniform is only one uniform and they're expected to wear that uniform through the whole year. So is it the overall
It
the
is.
holistic
And
support?
and I want to independently speak or answer this question because I will hope that the the planning body
Executive.
I will hope that the decision
All right.
making
So so
body will
so Francis
consider.
Francis just answer the question. He says it's only tuition.
No, but I will agree with him as for now. But
Okay.
when I started to speak, I said I would like to independently say to this question that the hope is it will consider primarily demographic because there is no use of investing, especially in our country right now, considering what we with the level of poverty, investing into paying a yearly school fee when the student attend class only 2 weeks in the month. So we got to consider a larger area of holistically. We have to consider a person, where they live, how they function, where they sleep. All of these things are factors that affect learning. So if you do not take care of factors that affect learning, learning will not prevail. So it would be a waste of cost to invest into taking $500 and say a school fee for John Brown has been paid, and the school has the money,
And
but
John Brown can't attend classes because he doesn't have transportation to get
John
to
Brown
school.
has no transportation. John Brown is academically motivated. John Brown has proven to us that academically he can sustain this effort that we have put into him. But some things he cannot control. And to get up this morning and didn't have a means to go to school. Can get up this morning and didn't have food to eat.
No,
So
mommy,
we
Pepper Kala, he
are not
couldn't afford during reset period.
exactly. When if as a brand ambassador, the one thing I would like to suggest to my class is to consider a student holistically, because there is no success if you leave a part of the whole academic factor out. So we got a lot of work to do, and as much as we can do, I like success. So when you have a smaller goal, you achieve that goal, you feel like you have done something instead of taking on a larger goal that has no positive outcome. So this is a discussion that is ongoing. This is a project that is new to us, and we are proud. We pride ourselves in the fact that, I think Suar said, what we want to see happen from the community we have done ourselves. That is by coming together and putting in our own resources so we can do it. We have nothing that we can that nothing that we want the community to do that we have not shown that we can do ourselves. So but I don't want to see a failure, and the failure only comes in when you have not touched on every aspect of a scholarship recipient lifestyle. So that is the primary goal. The primary goal is to successfully support a child out of high school.
Okay,
And
so
how we come about that
So,
is
Madam
new
Queen,
to
we
us.
have a caller.
okay.
Yeah.
Hello once more. Again, I just want to add my voice. I think that the ladies are doing a great job, and I listened to Philip and Francis kind of elaborate a little bit more in details in terms of what we want to accomplish. Again, just to kind of add to the subject that's been discussed, is really a pilot program, trying to do it on a smaller scale, and definitely as we make progress, we will have a more inclusive way to extend that program. You talk about demographics, you talk about other needs that could be adequately addressed. So once we kind of test this out and see how it goes, the goal is ready to kind of understand how we can sustain the program long term. And one of the ways to do that is really to begin to generate the activities needed from the inside onto the outside. And when you talk about the school, there's actually a great partnership with the overall Alumni Association at Cathedral. So our class has been a unique subset of the school. And so all of what we're trying to do is ready to continue to increase awareness of what could be done to improve the education for the school and just the brand as a whole. And so this has all been done in a collaborative way with partnership from the alumni and partnership from anywhere we can get this. So this is all we're trying to bring an awareness, just to the general public. And hopefully, as we begin to embark on these challenges that we have, the more we do, the better it's going to get.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I think
And
that's well put.
Volcano. So let me just come to
Go ahead.
Shari on that. You guys have laid a lot of emphasis on looking at the students holistically. But now, that said, I mean, can I assume that in your recruitment process, a lot of emphasis is really based on poverty? Do you consider that as a key factor? Because my question is that you may have a student who is doing well academically, has all the grades, and this student lives in a wealthy family, and the student qualifies for the scholarship because the student is an A student. will you give scholarship to such a student as compared to someone who also scores the grades but lacks the financial means? Looking
Let
at
me
the
come in.
two, will you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Let me come in. As I
Yeah.
mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
as time goes by, right now the whole thing is you have to crawl before you walk. So this is just the start. But as time
Okay.
goes by, there will be other categories we have
Materials.
to look at. But
Yes.
right now we are looking at needs, those that really need the assistance. That's
So
what
the
we are
poor.
looking at right
In summary, you're telling us your focus now is the poor, right?
Not so.
Actually,
So let me, Chadi, let me speak a little bit to this, right? There is no story to tell. We are all aware. Nothing is hidden that our Liberia is, and I would say statistics show that we are among the seven most illiterate countries in West Africa. Seven most illiterate country in West Africa. So there is no doubt that we are trying to change the trajectory of our country. And in the process of doing that, we are not going to overlook the fact that um, illiteracy and poverty is inextricably linked. There is no reason why I would sit on money and not go to school, and not even that is proven. But what we face
So
with now in our Liberia is that based on the fact that people don't have it to eat, people are making choices on eat versus go to school. We have a burning desire to change that. So, of course, poverty will be a primary factor in deciding on what to do when we have two students with equal academic
yeah,
achievement.
standing. Yeah.
To really consider, because we are not working hard and putting money into Liberia because we have it. We are working hard and putting money into Liberia to break that poverty level.
Okay.
The seven most illiterate countries in West Africa, Liberia falls right there. And I give pride to Liberia because with all the fighting and the wars, and we still find ourselves more learned than other countries. But I want to say that this is the primary factor. The primary factor is that we have people that are suffering. They don't have it to eat. They don't have it
Yeah.
to live
So
daily.
I think let us
so
not
so
dwell.
so no no,
Moses.
let me just wrap it
No,
up quickly
I wanted to
if
say
you
this
mind.
because
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
important. All
Mm-hmm.
of the other speakers said that this is a pilot. This is in its generic phase, and
Mm-hmm.
as they go about, they will evolve. So setting the benchmark here in this open conversation will not make much of a difference, because I think they mentioned here that they have a committee that looks at the criteria set forth, and I think it will evolutionize as the
As it
scholarship
goes. Yeah.
as part of what they want to do. But what I wanted to come back to is that
But
because
but
we ran out of time, and
Volcano,
yeah,
quickly, what I wanted to say just before the Queen and the rest of the interviewees already spoke to that. They confirmed exactly what I wanted to get. And, she struck a selling point. That hey, when we talk about Liberia today, you cannot separate, poverty from from illiteracy. Because if you don't have the finances, you will not be able to go to school. So basically, they said needs. And from what I understand is that hey, for now our focus is those who are actually in need as compared to someone who is sitting comfortably, even though the person has the person qualifies in terms of grades. But we are looking at comparatively, we are really looking at somebody who can afford to go as compared to someone who has the means, right, Madam Queen?
And,
Yes.
and, and independently, I would want to say yes.
Okay.
What Volcano has spoken to is that because this whole project is new and it's evolving,
Mm-hmm.
it is to tell that how they came up with the selection
Yeah.
might have not included as I'm speaking, but moving forward, I said in my interview with you is that my suggestion as a brand ambassador is to look at a student holistically. And we will only contribute to a person learning ability if the person can also meet the goal, and that is to successfully achieve the education. So yes, poverty is a serious factor and it will not be overlooked. It
Mm-hmm.
cannot be overlooked.
Okay, so let's come back to your class. I think Howard earlier said that probably you were around 80 from the onset. Today, I'm sure that number has dwindled. What is the motivation right now with the current membership of Wadeta, and how are people involved? And the reason for this question is that I am a member of many organizations here, and through my lifetime, it always takes a fitful few to
Yeah.
take that organization forward. And other people will only want to bask in the glory when it's time to come together. But when it comes to the planning and execution through the year, they disappear. So what's the motivation here for Wadera? And I heard you talk about good relationship, camaraderie, and all of that. But you know those things, they don't happen when you start talking about putting money to it. People will start drifting. So what is how cohesive this body is, and coming for 2022, 23 year, to make sure that you're able to implement those projects you have earmarked.
I will just
I'll
come in
speak
on
to
that a little bit.
Each of you can go. So who want to
I
start
will
first?
just come in a little bit on that. One thing I noticed on this chart for the last 2 years, I see transparency. Most of Liberians we like to see something before we even support. We are unique in a special way that we want to give back. We're not even giving back to the school, but we give back to each other. So we embrace each other. We try to contact each other. We maintain friendship. We maintain love. We go way in the ball for each other. So over the years, we have grown, and just with the period of this year and last year, the first active reunion was last year, which was done in Texas. It was a good gathering. People went out and they saw the great things that other friends enjoyed that they haven't seen each other for 30 years. Then came the one in Charlotte. From the pictures, from what they did in Charlotte, from all our socializing and our giving back, then it encouraged other team members or other class members to come on board. So they are waiting and they are willing to come and support the ideas of those members that have previously started this organization.
Let's hear from
And
Howard.
Yeah. Chadi has already answered the question, so it will just be a paraphrase from me. Um, there's a saying that men love what they see, and people also love what they see. So as we are undertaking these projects, as people are seeing concrete results, I want to believe they will be motivated to come on board. We also have plans to continue with our reunion, go out there, maybe see the world together. So there are a lot of things that we're really gonna do together that will motivate people. In fact, since the last reunion, a lot of people, from what I understood, a lot of those students that have not been actively involved, they have been calling and they are just excited. So we are hoping that next year is going to be even better. And as time goes by over the year, it will keep getting better. So we are very hopeful.
Madam,
So
And
yeah,
within
Madam Queen,
yeah.
among
once you
ourselves,
come
we
in,
are, like Jari
you
said, we are
come in.
very
I just want to
supportive.
put this
We
question to her,
always
and then you
supporting
come in.
each other and all of that. So once they hear all of that or see, I'm sure they will be motivated to come on board.
Thank you. Madam Queen, being the brand ambassador, being the face of Wadeta, apart from coming here in the issues room tonight as a precursor to your publicity campaign, what are some of the other things that you're going to do to bring Wadeta to the world so that people can participate and support your initiative?
I stay in close connection with my team right here, my assistants, and everything is new. So the plan really is to continue to promote the primary objective of this class, which is love and unity. As far as what is planned to do to promote, it's not much that I can say to that effect because from what I see, the togetherness in this class is already established. How to maintain it is to also encourage one another to stay in love. But what we do is we have this WhatsApp group that we communicate on like daily. We talk to one another. We are so aware of what is going on.
Can you just hold your just pause there for me? This caller has
Mhm.
been persistent. 0928 caller from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, hi, my name is Sharon Brixby.
Okay, welcome, Ms. Grisby. How you doing?
I'm good and I'm a part of Wadeta. Speaking to your question, how we motivate each other to come, I think we started having reunions since 2004. And it seems as though every year we have a reunion, the number increases only because of the uniqueness we have, the togetherness we have, the fun, and a lot of other things that go on during the reunion. So those who missed the previous one will be like, oh, I have to be at that next one. So come the next reunion, will make it even better than what it was before. So over the years, it has grown. We have come from Philadelphia, we went to Maryland, we went to Chicago, we came back to Philadelphia, then we went to North Carolina, then Houston. I mean, over the years, it has gone over and over, and every year the number increases because of the togetherness. Last year we were in Houston, Texas, and oh my God, because of what we had there. This year in Charlotte, it was a challenge, and now we are looking at another challenge for 2024 in Liberia. So every year the stakes are higher, and more people want to come because they missed the last year. They don't want to miss the next year. So we're looking forward to a higher stake in 2024 when we hit Liberia running.
Thank you, Karen. Moses.
Yeah, the caller, indirectly touched the question that I really wanted to ask. I wanted to know whether the reunion, rotates, and she seems to have answered that question. Now, for 2023, where are you guys going for the reunion?
Oh, we're looking at Liberia.
Or Liberia?
Yes,
And
Yeah,
this year,
we're
plainly.
preparing to go to Liberia in
so
2024. So
24,
so
24.
next year we want to use the time to prepare for 2024.
okay, so for this year, where are you guys going?
No,
We
We
Or
already
already
you
done
already,
correct.
for
or you already
2022.
did it for this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Oh,
we got this
okay.
queen.
Oh,
Just to
okay.
add on to
Mm-hmm.
um I also want everyone to know that it's not only about the class members that graduated, people that graduated from criteria, because we have people in the class or who have spouses that is part of our organization. They come in to contribute, they bring the children. So we welcome all these ideas. Let's say the husband and the wives come to support her husband because he's part of Wadeta. So I just want to let the world know that is we have awesome members. We cannot say awesome members because they are members by marriage. So they come in to what's the word? They
Participate.
come to support the
Mhm.
spouses because the spouses are part of Wadeta. So these are the things. So it just shows that we have love. I've always believed this class, we made friends to keep. So and
Okay.
within the class, we have different people in the class that have organizations that they are supporting. And we in the we as members of Wadeta, we also support those organizations too. Let's say it's Howard House of Charity Group. She let the class know it will support. if the Queen Cynthia has some organization outside of our class and she going through a project, she initiative, we have, because we have people like Kaya Doe who is sponsoring the Anity Doe Foundation of 500 students, and in Liberia is a free education up to 10th grade. She has so many that she can bring in to this organization, and we just need to sit down because she is a product of Wadeta. So it's challenging too. She's also set up that Wadeta, being a part of Wadeta, she is letting the world know that she is a Wadeta class. She's in unity, so we also go out there to support her. So
All
these
right,
are
thank you, Chadi. We're running out of time. We have only 3 minutes. Let's take the last word from the Queen so we can wrap this interview up. I know that it's weekend. A lot of you have things to do. It was difficult even getting you to commit to tonight. So let us not take away your precious time. We just have 3 minutes to wrap up. Madam Queen, your final word so we can take leave of you guys.
I want to thank you, the issue room, for providing us with your platform. It was a well conducted interview. I thank my fellow classmates. I thank every caller out there. I thank everybody that contributed to why we established this call today. And I hope the focus remains that we are a body and we are trying to solicit donors in any way. We are not trying to separate from our alumni association. We have taken on a small cause, and we hope that it will represent us as a class of Wadeta. The foundation of this group was merely to keep us united in love and care, but also in the process of parting, we want to leave an impact. We want to help somebody. So I hope that the message here today is to let you know that while we are busy having fun, we want to impact another person's life. I thank you again for Candle and Moses for having us. I thank
Thank
you,
you.
Howard. I thank you, Chadi, for your hard work. Unrelenting work. Chadi does not sleep. She made it possible today. And I also, before I leave this platform, I want to give a special thanks to the seal. I want to say that, with the work that they are doing out there that Chadi mentioned, having over 500 students at up to a 10th grade level in Liberia, going to school free, and when I was speaking to Chadi on that level, when I said on the day of selecting the queen, Mrs. Steele was the lady that crowned me. So I take that virtue on to be able to solicit funds for this ongoing project. So I hope that you will also work along with us on a whole level of soliciting funds for this project, and we will have a success at what we have embarked on. So to my classmates, I thank you for your support. Howard, Chadi, I thank you also for being here with me today. And I'm not going to fail to also mention that I'm an introvert and this is a step out for me. And you were so easy on me, Mr. Volcano and Moses. I thank you
Thank
all.
you.
And if Chadi and Howard have something to say in the next 2 minutes, I'll give you the platform.
We're already out of time. That's what we
Thank you.
said. A
You're
final word
welcome.
from you. So we want to thank you guys. We have to stay in the tune of broadcast time. So thank you so much for coming through. Chadi said it, Howard said it, and Madam Queen. We hope to have you guys here to tell us more of things that you will do in the future. We're here. The issues room is always open to you guys. Thank you so much. We'll take leave of you now. Thank you.
thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
So Moses, I think our conversation center around many things, and this is one of the examples of why we are the alternative. It's not all about coming here and talking about, Liberia and its conundrums, political conundrums. We come here to discuss some very pertinent things. And I think it's a laudable effort when you look at a group of students who've come through years of their time being educated and can look back and say, hey, we can put our efforts together, galvanize, and give back to our country. And Liberia needs it all at this time because, I mean, think about it. What social services being provided in that country? Nothing whatsoever. But we have a department at the Ministry of Health called Social Services
Social
attached,
services.
but nothing. So no handouts. Everyone
Nothing.
is munching on whatever they can find in life.
Yeah,
That is why
nobody
corruption is
cares.
so pervasive when you come to think about it.
Yeah, it was a great broadcast, and thanks too.
All
Look
right, so
forward to coming
next
back again.
Tuesday will be celebrating the 26th. So our broadcast will center around Liberia's 175th independence anniversary. We want to encourage all of you, our viewers. You will join us, you will call, you will come in, and you will express yourself about where you see your country and what do you hope for 2023. And you also have the opportunity to send a request to your loved ones here in the diaspora and back in Liberia. So our broadcast will be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, July 26th. What a coincidence to celebrate
Absolutely.
175. So we encourage you, please, please, please don't forget, jot it down on your calendar, share the word. Our promo will be coming out momentarily to let you know. In fact, we're going to have a guest here with us. Our man, J. Rennie Dapo, has agreed to join us on this conversation.
Mr.
So
Dapper is gonna come. Yeah.
very good one. So come Tuesday. Thank you, Moses. We'll catch up.
Thank you too. Thank you,
All right.
Rob.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.